Hey everybody, who wants a cheeseburger? I do, so I'm going to draw one. Okay, I like to draw cheeseburgers. Cheeseburgers are basically cylinders, but like in a very flattened out, kind of smushed up way. So this first one here, this first line, you could think of it as like the bottom of a cylinder. And that cylinder has a really short side, a really short height. And then on top of the cylinder, instead of drawing that same kind of line, I'm going to draw like a rainbow line. This, of course, is going to be the top of the bun. Then you got to put stuff on here that you put onto a cheeseburger, like lettuce. Maybe you put on some round stuff like tomatoes or pickles, whatever you really want. And then of course you have to put on the cheese. Now I'm just going to make my cheese kind of square. I guess it looks like triangle, but it's really a square kind of laid across another cylinder. So I'll go ahead and draw on a second cylinder here, which is actually the meat, or the stuff you put inside a cheeseburger. Now there's one last cylinder I need to do, the bottom bun, which is a cylinder like the top one, except slopes in just a little bit. So really I've made 3 cylinders here by stacking them on top of each other. Now this needs a little work, needs some details, and there's lots of stuff you can do here. One thing that's I think is helpful is to kind of go in here with this little line and draw in the rest of that bottom bun. That helps kind of separate it from the rest of the sandwich. Put in a little shading or a little texture here, so that the eyeball knows that it's not actually part of the filling. It's like the bread. And of course, sesame seeds on the top. Just lots of little ovals going in different directions. This really goes a long way to creating the look of a cheeseburger. And if you really want, you could kind of put a little line in here. Just a small touch of a line. Well, there you go. It's not a bad cheeseburger. Maybe I'll go in here and add some texture to the lettuce. Maybe make this look more like a vegetable. Maybe I'll add some ridges to my pickle. Just small details like that help kind of pull this thing out from being an amorphous something or other to being a cheeseburger. And I'm going to go back here and really push in some dark, not completely black. I'm just going to push in some dark lines here to kind of separate the meat part of it out. Make the meat kind of stand out like its own thing. This cheeseburger looks a little gray. I think if I were really going to try and pull this off and make it look more like a cheeseburger, what I would want to do is color it, add some colors. Maybe some red for the tomato and green for the lettuce and the pickle, and the orange for the cheese would really sell it. But I definitely think that it needs a little color here for the meat too. But anyway, here's a cheeseburger. Let's see what kind of eyes would this cheeseburger have. I think this cheeseburger might look a little bit worried. I'm not really sure why. Maybe he's worried that someone's going to eat him. So maybe it's these sesame seeds. To me, they kind of look like perspiration on his brow, like he's worried about something. So there we go. We got a worried cheeseburger. All right. Well, I guess that's just about it. Now we have a worried cheeseburger.